Now, if you have any questions, now be the time.
Perfect, thank you. Absolutely love the audio. Well done. Really good job on that one. I do have some questions. First of all, you touch on the diversity of your audience in terms of gender.
Yes.
And that's clear in your logo that you've got blue through to pink and red, which kind of you could consider to be quite stereotypical colours and to associate with an audience. How will your campaign appeal to the really diverse audience? And by that I mean different cultures and maybe even disabilities and that sort of thing.
Well, especially in the print advertisements, it doesn't exactly target one race, it doesn't necessarily like target one culture, so it's clear that with like the design of how simple it is, it's not trying to appeal to a mixed audience, a African, North American audience, European audience. It's just for everyone to consume, and the idea is that, well, hopefully this will eventually reach a global scale and not just only apply to a specific minority, basically.
Okay. How will the other print adverts in your campaign, because we've seen just the one of them, how would the other print adverts, how would they highlight the broad range of benefits of Vessi? So not just for your health. Have you thought about maybe that?
Yeah, so in my other print adverts I've used like different types of graphics and just different types of like information. I've added pieces of text alongside, like on the other print adverts, for example, like the more wider like quad crown style print advert about its benefits, or maybe in one of them as well there's even like a quote from like a person who's reviewed it as well, to show that a person who's actually tested it and tried it has actually felt the effects, and what's being promoted is fair and true.
And that's important, isn't it? Because you don't want to fall foul of ASA standards.
True.
So there's a thing that I noticed in one of your ads. I think it was in your print ad.
Yeah.
That you drop the capital I down to a lowercase I.
Yeah.
What's the thought behind that?
So I think the more sort of lowercase, more casual style of text, I think is meant to just be more approachable and not just feel necessarily just like a company is making it, but it's also just more it's more targeted at the people instead of, let's say, the company's profits, which might sound a bit, selfish in some way, but I believe that with the way I've designed it, it just feels more approachable and more personal, and therefore there'll be a better connection between the advertising material and then the consumer, and then from there they're more likely to become a potential customer.
Okay, how can you really drive a social networking or a social drive to this campaign? I don't see any hashtags, tweet this, visit this Insta on your stuff, which I think young people are prone to want to do. How can you create that social media buzz through your campaign?
I mean, of course, there's not necessarily any mentions to social media or different platforms and stuff like that, so it's not like directly speaking to them. But I personally think that with this more just very simple approach, it's obviously it won't be as targeted to the younger people, but then again, it also relates back to the sort of more diverse audience, and not just specifically targeting a younger demographic. Like let's say, like older teens to young adults, or middle age to elders necessarily. It's all for everyone. Similar to even like Evian's campaign, where they'll have images of people of all different ages, races, and all this stuff, right? And then in one of their campaigns they even had all these images, and then these sort of baby-like versions of themselves to show that anyone can basically consume it, and that's the same sort of goal and message that we're trying to present, and also that more social interaction.
Great. Last question isn't really a question, it's more of a direction. If you were to succeed and be the company that is used to market our product.
Yes.
We would want your storyboard to be fully developed. At the moment, I noticed your shot types. You've said you're using a medium shot, but you've drawn a long shot. There's no close-ups of any characters' faces, just show us how they are emotionally relating to the product or to their activity or anything really. So that's one area I'd say that needs some development should you be successful.
Alright, well I appreciate the feedback. We'll definitely take that into consideration and make sure to make those changes to, you know, meet your standards, because obviously this is, you know, we're trying to meet your, well, let's say the brief requirements, but also just these standards so that everyone is, you know, is on the same page.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
No worries.